We are live. This is the market update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. Altcoins smoking higher. How to get in, when to get in, what coins to get in. I will help you. Bitcoin is next. Patreon people, no. They got something in their chat last night about how the market behaves right after the fall equinox. Breathtaking stuff they got the night before. Institutions have to own SUI. What is the upside price target in SUI? Can it be as shocking as Solana was last year? Here's a hint. Yeah. Okay. Quarterly charts. Can anything stop this market? No. This thing from now all the way through Thanksgiving, all the way through. In other words, if you're looking at it and you're hesitating, you're lost. You had one dip yesterday. It's okay if you missed it because stuff that's up 5%, it's going to be up 40%. The stuff that's up 40% could wind up being 200 or 300% by the time this is all said and done. This is the beginning. Now, how do you take advantage of the beginning? Well, easy. You jump in to YouTube memberships, period. Membership videos have been updated. Okay, we have new videos that I put in today. How to get involved, what to do. There's Patreon and there are YouTube memberships. $4 gets you an emoji and a priority on comments, which will be important as the market goes up. Patreon people for $15 have direct access to me in a chat, a community, the 6th Street Crypto Podcast. YouTube Premium allows for videos that go out regularly, AMAs, okay, over here, plus Coinbase altcoins, right? This Coinbase report members are printing. They are printing. New video out today, Equinox alts on fire. I have large cap and small cap in there. When you are in the stream, you can get involved right on the button. Right on the stream, right there. Okay. You get the idea. We will unshare that. YouTube Premium is the way to go along with Patreon. You can use this QR code. For $49, you can get all of our reports for one price, or you can pay for it in the individual Patreon store. All right. Let's welcome who's here. All right. We have, goodness. Who's first on the stream? We have Alexandra, Joe Mike, a member, Supermat members. Michelle is here. Hans Visser, Big Rich, Moon Sector 7, all the members. Welcome. Willimeter, welcome to the show. Thank you. Moon Sector 7. Big Rich using those emojis. Joe Mike, Yappy, the water guy, welcome. Great filibuster, Bull Runner. Today's Tech Bites, Ron, howdy. Steve Mesa, welcome to the show. TJ, Steve J, the Jedi of DeFi. Andre Britz is here. Yo. Ask Freeman, Indie Rocked Crypto. Trisha coming in from Twitter. Hello. Larry from Alberta, Canada. Let's go. PT, what's going on? Dutch Farmer is right on time. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. Steve reading the ZK report from the other day in the YouTube member section. Oh, my goodness. People, we are printing, and you know what? We are going to go right on printing. Patreon members, they knew last night about the Equinox seasonal effect, which I will tell you about today. I dropped that in the group chat just to show some community members some love. I am working on showing love to everybody. We have low, middle, and higher tier. Get involved. Influencers are sitting around scratching their heads, not looking at these coins breaking out, and I am. Period. We are rocking. Jose is here. Aiken, welcome. Welcome to the show. Jose, Crypto Hoops. A lot of new names in here. We welcome you to the show. Okay, news. We are going to get busy. Holy cow. This could be the most rocking show ever. Now, some very important macro news, because if you want to know what's driving altcoins, I'm going to tell you right now. You want to know what's going to drive Bitcoin through the all-time high very quickly? I'm going to tell you right now. A gigantic country in Asia is getting a little upset about their economy. They have 2008 signs, and they're on a brink of a severe recession. Over the last 2 days, this giant country has invoked stimulus not seen since 2020. An important point to keep in mind, okay? This is this country's high-yield real estate bond index, down 82%. This economy, this large economy in Asia, is deflating. This is prices, right? So black is inflation, blue is deflation. Deflation is the opposite of inflation. When prices fall, this may seem welcome, but the economic impact is detrimental. If you know prices are falling tomorrow, why buy today? The unemployment rate in this country is at 5%. They are absolutely panicking. Now, what do central banks do when they're panicking? They print and print and print. These guys are eventually going to have to absorb all the distressed assets, all of the real estate, and most of the equities. The Fed had to do it. The Bank of Japan had to do it. We had to do $85 billion a month. And these guys are just going to continue on. They're just going to continue on, and they're going to learn the easy way or the hard way that you got to give markets a regular flow of sugar. We did $85 billion a month for 10 years or more. Okay? $85 billion a month is what we printed. And then we did an additional huge amount in 2020. These guys are going to do the same thing. The point is that you cannot have 20% of the world's GDP in a deflationary recession mode and keep interest rates up everywhere else. In other words, it's really time to start talking about interest rates going back to 2% in the United States. Because most inflation was, I don't know, I think the late stages was food companies capitalizing on package shrinkage. And if China deflates and you get liquidity moving in housing, so housing can trade lower, everything's going to slow down. What does that mean? That means crypto can just absolutely smoke. Global markets soar. Gold hits record after this country vows fiscal policy bonanza. First jobs, now the economy, U.S. GDP set for downward revision. What? You mean the economy is not as good as the numbers have said it was over the last 18 months? Wow, shocker. You mean all the reasons that Powell used to raise rates were bunk? Oh, yeah, and that other big country is deflating. Yeah, okay. So how high can altcoins go? I don't know. Back to where this whole stupid downtrade started. Because you know what? All of the reasons for the stupid downtrade are A, bunk, and B, they're getting unwound. Credit card debt hits record at $1.4 trillion, according to the New York Fed. That's where the plunge protection team is housed. Okay, Americans are carrying record household debt, $733 billion, including a $111 billion increase in credit card debt. Now, to be fair to the central bank, they're not stupid. They know this is happening. They know what's going on in the banks. They understand. So what is the only response to this other than lower rates? High-powered money. Last year, when the market mooned at this time, Powell said everything's going to be okay for the holidays. We're going to cut rates, and we're going to put high-powered money into the system. And then, because the market had to invent some sort of negative story to justify the correction that should have lasted 2 months, but lasted 6, we invented this whole story about, oh my God, A, B, C, D, E. None of that matters. High-powered money is what matters. High-powered money is coming if it's not here already. Now, let's talk about Gen Z, also known as the Doomers, or the Zoomers, excuse me. Gen Z likes to shop because they feel bad. I have a daughter. I understand this phenomenon. Okay. So they like to go out and feel bad and then shop. That's also what you do if you're going to have a debt problem and you're going to let it go. Now, on a much more constructive note about the Zoomers, listen to this. People bearish meme coins long-term are not realizing that Zoomers who spend 90% of their time online have discovered a new internet minigame. The task, make your favorite meme go as viral as possible. The prize, you make $1 million. This trend will only accelerate. So while pump.fun, is a rug chain in many ways, that may not stop, right? Gen Z from trying to innovate. Right? Because, crypto-inspired Baby Hippo coin, which I saw major political figures from that state around Maryland or that province around Maryland tweeting about, right? This now has $100 million market cap. $100 million for the Baby Hippo. Okay. Over in the premium, over in the membership section of YouTube yesterday, 2 days ago, we did something about PUPS, meme coin up, Mother moving higher. Celebrity coins will come back. If we're doing Baby Hippos, we're doing celebrities. It's going to happen. The TON blockchain, which everybody gave up on, gearing for, hamster combat, airdrop. How many people think TON coin can go top 5? It was top 10. Everyone's blowing it off. Now, speaking of printing, here comes the crypto version of printing. PayPal enables business accounts to buy, sell, and hold crypto. This PayPal stablecoin could wind up being a huge source of liquidity for the market, the way Tether was a huge source of liquidity for the market in 2017. I like this. Fed's juice into crypto has analysts eyeing trimming opportunities. I love this. I love the media. The U.S. Fed's decision to cut rates was just catching up to market expectations. And analyst goes, a lot of the added juice was already priced into riskier assets. Boy, don't you love having like B+ journalism majors tell you how to trade your altcoin book? People, there's no juice in altcoins 2 weeks ago. There was nothing. It was a void 2 weeks ago. The juice from Fed altcoins is not only going to come from the cuts that are going to happen this year, but it's that they're just going to have to keep going. And altcoins are going to move way in advance of that, just like altcoins went down multiple times, afraid of all this from the Fed. About fake numbers. No, people, the juice is coming. So if it's up 4%, 7%, 10%, you got to look at what the upside targets are. Where was your altcoin in May? Where was it in March? Where is it now? Most likely 40 to 50% off where LuxAlgo would consider it sort of like an equilibrium point. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, this is like the sell the fact mentality is still out there. 3 reasons why Bitcoin is struggling. Hey, people, I got news for you. If you go to that chat in Patreon, and I might show it to you today if I'm nice, but there's no reason why Bitcoin should be struggling, except the fact that the media needs something to write about. Now, Bitcoin may be forming a head and shoulders bottom. Okay, this is a very interesting article. I'll give him credit for that. I'm drawing a diamond, but these head and shoulders bottoms. So, head and shoulders bottoms, teacup and handle, diamonds. You don't know what they are? I'll tell you. They're bottoming formations. They represent multiple attempts by bears to push the market down. And when they all realize all at once that A, they're wrong, B, they just got confirmation that, you know, they're wrong and it's breaking out on the chart, and C, everybody in my membership groups in Patreon and YouTube is already long and proceeding to ramming speed, running them out of Dodge. Right? Long, strong, come get us. Is Coinbase issuing paper Bitcoin? So this story is still around, that perhaps people like BlackRock and other ETF holders don't have the Bitcoin that they say they have to back the ETF. Now, it turns out BlackRock moves swiftly to let everybody know, yes, we have the Bitcoin, and if we need new Bitcoin, an additional $25 billion worth that they may need, according to their forecast, we will get it off Coinbase in 12 hours. So, as I said in my famous short video, there is no more Bitcoin. Now it's a question of time before all the other ETF players have to either show that they've got the Bitcoin they say they have, or they got to start market buying it. Today, right? Today. Key indicators challenge Fed's normalization rate cut that torched the Bitcoin rally. Do you realize suggested topics for YouTube short videos that I get as a subscription service are all about Bitcoin crashing? Everyone's waiting for it to go down. Guess what? It's not. Bitcoin at 73K, imminent breakout. Sell-off intensity might vary. Yeah. You might have intraday sell-offs. You might get one day. What are they going to do in Bitcoin over the weekends when legacy's closed? After all these options expire coming up, which we covered in yesterday's stream, where we also did altcoin overtime, where all the altcoins are up 7%, which is a reminder. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to the channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live, and if the content works for you. For goodness sake, hit the like button. US spot Bitcoin ETF posts 5th straight day. Are you seeing a trend here? What is going to happen at the end of the quarter when everyone has to take profits in Magnificent 7 stocks? Where are they going? iPhone 16 is out. One big company announced new metaverse goggles. NVIDIA is a $3 trillion market cap. What else do we got? You guys got anything new? The news is out. Take profits. Move to Bitcoin. Bitcoin ETF demand grows. Remember, they got a Bitcoin ETF in Hong Kong. Don't forget about that. No one's talking about that. No one is talking about that. Now, I love this. This is great. Ethereum unlikely to hit all-time high this year. 85% of Polymarket people bet against it. Wonderful. How nice. Were these the people that said that Bowden was going to stay in the race prior to one of those, shows that they had with the podiums? Yeah. Okay. 85% people think Ethereum can't go up. Not only can Ethereum go up, but Pepe is going to flip Doge, and it's going to take Popcat with it. WIF is probably going to flip Sheep. It's just nobody is talking about Pepe. And you know what? It has paid to buy what nobody is talking about. Now, just in case you think people don't have any money, they actually do. Because the presidential, the thing in November, they've bet $1 billion $1 billion. Wow. I got a great use for $1 billion. How about all the altcoins on Coinbase, which again are featured epically in our member reports where members are printing. Now, while the dimwits on Polymarket bet against Ethereum, most likely hedge funds start buying Ethereum futures, according to CryptoQuant. Biggest fears about Bitcoin's future. Yeah, the biggest fears about Bitcoin's future is that you don't own any. I know you do, right? But who's the royal you out there? Do you have it? No. Do normies have it? No. Right? I mean, can you imagine how high they're going to moon these Coinbase alts? Wait until you see the Fibonacci extension work on the SUI chart. You're not even going to believe it. Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. I can live without the guy with the cigar, but Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin since they cut rates. What happens if ETH wakes up? I mean, I know you're tired of hearing me say that. I know there are a lot of boomers who gave up on this theme. I'm not giving up on this. They unwound the whole year, right? They unwound the whole year. I love this. ETH at a crossroads. Will ETH survive? Okay, dude. Yeah, it absolutely will. Okay. U.S. crypto industry will follow a different path from the rest of the world. Do you remember when everybody was like, yeah, you got to get out of the United States if you're going to do crypto? Yeah. Okay. Right. We know who the person named Gary is who's got to go bye-bye. Watch what happens to the crypto industry in the United States if Hester Pierce is running a regulatory agency. Chainlink reports tokenized asset market to hit 10 trillion by 2030. Now, this is important, right? Michael Saylor thinks the upside target in Bitcoin is 13 million. Chainlink thinks the tokenized asset market is going to hit 10 trillion. That's nice. That's wonderful. But where's DeFi going to go in the meantime? Can Chainlink go back to 50? What about Rune? What about cross-chain trading? Is anyone talking about this? No. Right? You know, influencers are talking about who's going to be in the next karate combat fight, which is totally cool. I get it. It's a great topic, but people are not pounding the table on this stuff like they should be, right? I mean, listen to me. I mean, I got the mic closer to my face, so, you know, anybody within the sound of my voice can hear me. The turn is at hand. I never got bearish, and you're going to find out why. Don't let me forget to bring up the chart of SEAM, which is a Coinbase coin that was up 60% yesterday. Solana stablecoin race heats up. Let me ask you something. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when they start, like, literally using treasuries, borrowing money, creating stable coins, creating liquidity? Van Eck, your dad's mutual fund company, comes up with a 330 price target as it could get to half of ETH's market cap. And I'm wondering if SUI can get close to Solana's market cap, if SUI is the Solana of this run-up. Wait a minute. Solana has a partner with a large company in California? Really? Huh. You mean Web 2's got to get together with Web 3 or vice versa? Right? Web 2's got to find Web 3. Okay. Okay, so Mark wants to be Treasury Secretary. Yeah, dude, everybody wants to be Treasury Secretary when it's cool and popular. You know what I'm saying? I love these guys. Pomp says Bitcoin set to be a big winner in coming months. You know, that's true. He must watch the show. But I don't think a lot of people are saying this, right? In other words, he's talking about high-powered money. Who's talking about high-powered money, right? U.S. inches closer to reclaiming Bitcoin leadership. You know what, folks? In November, if a certain outcome happens, they're going to price in, right, the U.S. Treasury getting involved in this market. Okay. Standard Chartered Bank. Now, big institutions are starting to write research about Bitcoin. There's Van Eck, there's Standard Charter. JP Morgan earlier in the year, who predicted Bowden's exit, also said they think Ethereum is going to wind up outperforming Bitcoin by the end of the year, which of course nobody believes at this time. So as a reminder, these are the member-only videos, okay? These are the member videos right here. Okay, now I got the member videos. The Equinox, privacy, ZK technology, memes, which are smoking, Coinbase alts, which are also smoking. Most of the Equinox alts are on Coinbase, and there are small caps in there. AI small caps, social tokens, decentralized data. People, everyone thinks that there's no value proposition in altcoins as tech stocks. Wrong. And if you're looking at the stream, okay, it may be hidden by my face, but down here and in the chat, if you want to type something in the chat on YouTube, there's a $sign. Please come visit us. Please support the channel. And most importantly, let's get it. Let's make money. Let's just absolutely rock and roll. Okay, there's the QR code for the YouTube membership. Remember, $4.99 gets you priority on comments. $15 gets you 6th Street crypto coaching, TA reports, and a group chat with me. You can shop a la carte for reports in the Patreon store, or you can pay one price, get the reports in YouTube, plus the follow-up videos to include a live portfolio show. So Toby Ward's going to do the bubble charts. I'm going to do LuxAlgo, and we're going to do it live. There's a video by a newscaster. Do it live. It's happening. It's coming. We're on this before everyone else. We are going to change the game. That is unhinged crypto. We are coming. Watch out. Okay. Bob Marsh, Janet to print. Okay. When parabola, gradually, then suddenly. When parabola, soon. The way this thing took off in October of last year, the parabola may come in November and possibly before that. Crypto Tilly is here. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Cossacks 8. Let's go Cryptopians. What's going on? Art is here. Okay, Big Rich wants to look at the bonk chart. I will get on it. Pancakes and peanut butter, right? Bart 2X. Since Toby Ward brought up Phantom over on the Unhinged Crypto YouTube channel. So if you're in a far off land, you can not only subscribe to my channel, but you can also subscribe to Unhinged Crypto. Unhinged Crypto essentially is a duet. It is a man and a woman talking about crypto. It's pretty simple. It's shockingly simple. Give us a follow. We got one video a day, and Miss Ward is in the shorts business now as well. If you don't have a dime, we got free stuff, we got cheap stuff, and we got stuff that is priced to move compared to what other people. Notorious Bill, are we back? Not only are we back, but Notorious Bill is back too. Steve J, Render is breaking out. Okay, Big Rich wanted bonk. Definitely want to keep our members in the loop here. Kim Craig is here looking to get off the night shift. Big Rich pounding away with those special emojis. Huckleberry Native. All the OGs are in the house. Let's get it. Okay, bonk. What's bonk? Leverage Solana. LuxAlgo coming in with the buy signal today. Okay, just to make this clear in percentage terms from where bonk is right now on September 26th, Bonk has 37% to go until it gets to a LuxAlgo equilibrium point. With money flow just starting to go green. And believe it or not, me and the Eagle King found out something funny about the word I used to use to describe this red on red thing on the oscillator matrix. Everybody gave up on Bonk. The last buy signal in Bonk, people got hosed. People are scared this thing could go up a lot. Wow, look, Pepe up 12%. I'm not going to tell you what popular curly-haired analyst was talking about Pepe for the last 2 days. Equilibrium in Pepe is 20% higher. Pepe is leveraged ETH. Pepe could lead ETH. Okay, Popcat has already made a new high. So, Ethereum-based meme coins, who's going to stop them? You know, WIF has equilibrium at 266. Who's going to stop this stuff? Who's going to get in the way? I'm not. Steve J, Sheeb is moving. Okay, so orange token. Orange token. And again, we found the list of what you can and cannot say. Some of the words will surprise you. I mean, they made me laugh and cry because one of them I was using over and over and over again. The way we found out was when we tried to do what's called timestamps for the stream. They wouldn't take the timestamps until we found out that they won't take certain words. Certain words. I mean, orange coin, right? Am my eyes deceiving me that LuxAlgo is piling in after multiple buy signals, after the entire planet gave up on this? Folks, you know, there are guys out there that were into this coin from the beginning, right? You know, let's go to this coin. We'll just call it this coin for now. Okay. This thing goes all the way back. And what did they do to this? Like, how far down did they take this thing? Oh, my God. Look at this. I mean, this thing went all the way back to where the whole rally started from. And again, they've sold sneakers. They've sold everything that they were going to sell, right? I have Fibonacci work on this. The Fibonacci kind of like extension work hints that this thing could be as high as 15 in the middle of October. Okay. Who's expecting that? I don't think anybody, right? These Fibonacci circles gave you the top at 16. I told people to get out, right? And this correction, this ABC was so brutal, right? This is classic where, you know, the correction, this what they call the C leg, or what we can just call the give up trade. I mean, the give up trade in this thing was a 5-wave structure, right? In other words, it was about as severe as it could possibly get on the way down. So I don't know. I mean, I understand that, you know, they couldn't get centralized liquidity on this. I get it. Okay. But this thing could wake up, right? Blockchain Game asking about Polygon. Oh my God, I haven't even gotten a PowerPoint yet. Wait till you see the PowerPoint. For goodness sakes, don't go anywhere. And this is a reminder. This show is brought to you by my Patreon, the OGs, the original. Patreon membership, $15. You know, a lot of people stayed. The Spartans, they stayed. They stayed. And they will be rewarded. They will be. I will make sure of it. Okay, Matic. Okay, I learned my lesson in Cardano not to give up on stuff because sometimes if no one owns it, it can pop. Okay, if you look at Matic on, say, a daily chart, again, this all speaks to the normalization that can occur. It's just normalizing, right? Like, we haven't seen the LuxAlgo buy signal, but Matic is still 30% away from equilibrium. In other words, if Matic just unwinds the collapse in late August and September, it can go up another 30%. That's Matic. JB from Southern California, welcome. Okay. All right. Bill, are you in Mu? I am not. That is another leveraged Solana cat coin. Okay. Kudos. I want to say somewhere we looked at Kudos. Okay. This is kind of an example of what LuxAlgo is doing with a lot of these like high-powered coins. So this coin and one other one I looked at today that I think is in the report, I want to say the symbol on that is fire. Okay, you can see this probably looks a little toppy, but if it doesn't back off, LuxAlgo has put support underneath, and it still has distance 25% to get to equilibrium. But there are coins out there that look like it's almost overbought. Right? Because people packed it in on this thing. They gave up on it for months. And now it's just simply and plainly turning around. It's absolutely turning around. Oh my God. I forgot to get the PowerPoint. Miguel, yes, altcoins are moving. They are moving, and we are just absolutely printing reports so you can print paying one price. For goodness sake, people, get involved. PowerPoint, let's go. Oh my God, wait, this is the SUI chart that you've been waiting for. Oh, insane. It's just insane. Okay, Patreon got this last night. So September 25th was 3 days after the fall equinox. Full moons, eclipses, changes in season, all relevant from a Gann analysis point of view. Patreon members got something about the lunar eclipse that recently occurred being uber bullish for the market. A lot of the astrology guys even missed that. Patreon members, printing. Okay, so 3 days after the equinox, these are the dates. These are the dates. Beginning 3 days after the equinox, over the next 5 days, Bitcoin is up on average 3.4%. Gee, what's Bitcoin up today? Oh, I think it's up 3.4%. They did 5 days worth of upside in a half a day. The biggest rally over this time frame was 10% back in 2017. Now, 20 days after this, equinox period, Bitcoin on average is up 13.6%. And in the case where it wasn't, back in 2019, it wasn't much of a down move. Now, if you look at Bitcoin from 3 days after the equinox, which is roughly the 25th or 26th of September, basically out until Thanksgiving or close, Bitcoin is up on average 34%. They did 70% in 2015. They did 87% in 2017. They did 40% in 2021. I think you get the point. So people may be looking at this market going, well, I don't know if I can get involved. I got to wait for an engraved invitation. I'm going to stand here and pose for animal crackers. No, you're not. Not if you watch this show. Not if you're in Patreon. Not if you're a member. No. Because I'm not letting you. I'm just absolutely not letting you. I'm not allowing it because this is very clear what's going on. Now, gold, you've heard about it. I've talked about it and talked about it. Everyone's talking about it, but nobody knows what it means. It means that the green paper is being devalued, right? In an orderly fashion. They can't do it in the currency market, so they're doing it in the commodity currency market. So the cup and handle on this thing is producing a huge gain, and they waited 10 years. This is a quarterly chart of gold. They waited 10 years for this. Now, smushing this down, I put the teacup and handle in gold, and then I plotted Bitcoin quarterly next to it, just for laughs. Now, Bitcoin went all the way up, and of course, there were reasons why Bitcoin went down, right? The orange line. But it was funny. I said, I wonder if I could make a conclusion that one of the reasons that Bitcoin went all the way up and all the way back down again was because gold didn't go with it. Now, what happens if gold goes with it? Where can gold go? Well, gold can obviously go to 3,000. But what happens if gold goes to 4,500 or 7,800? Is anybody out there talking about a $7,800 target in gold? Nope. Now, gold bugs think it can go there. There's this whole rationale about, people being massively short physical gold. Gold 7,000. Where's Bitcoin if that happens? It's unbelievable. Bitcoin Quarterly. Okay. So Bitcoin is at the premium zone on a long-term basis. The original signal for buying on LuxAlgo was back in October of 2020. But off this signal from 2020, LuxAlgo targets 87.9 or 102K. Solana Quarterly. Solana is at an equilibrium zone of 135, and the premium zone isn't until 274. Everyone's asleep on Solana. Now, Solana, they also got done selling it into this weekly support point at 130. They've been doing it since April. I hope they had fun. Because this is the bigger the base, the higher in the space in a different kind of way. I mean, they hammered on this LuxAlgo support zone to such a degree that once they're done doing whatever they're doing, this takes off. Now, the chart you've all been waiting for. So when you see this chart, it would be a really good idea if you hit the like button for the SUI chart, which, by the way, Unhinged Crypto, okay, led by Toby Ward, SUI. We were on it early. Actually, the women in crypto were on it early. So was the Duchess of DeFi, believe it or not. So, SUI, where can it go? Everyone's asking me this. Well, there's a typo on that chart. It's not 21.6, although I'm sure nobody would mind that. Okay. Let me just take that off of there. Oops, I can't. Okay. The chart you've all been waiting for. SUI can go to 257 using Fibonacci extension work. Now, what's the ultimate upside target for SUI if SUI does what Solana did last year? Well, Solana did a 10x. So you could start SUI at 80 cents and get all the way up to $8. That's the top Fibonacci extension level. I think 257 or 328 is reasonable. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, on a weekly chart, this is SUI on Coinbase. LuxAlgo came in with a buy signal last week. So yeah, it's up 40%. But if you walked away from Solana when Solana was up 40% in 1 week last year, how did that turn out? You took profits at 30 and it went to 200. This could be the exact same thing. I mean, why not? I mean, you don't think hedge funds have to chase this now? Yeah, they do. They have to chase it. Okay. Let's come back and see who's in the chat. Okay. Rolo is here. Okay. Foxy is an ETH meme coin tied to MetaMask. Interesting. Okay. Luis says everyone is talking about gold and silver. Yes, they are, but they're not talking about how it's connected to things like Ethereum, right? Ethereum does well when gold and silver go up, right? Luis thinks Doge is going. Super is breaking out. Let's take a look at that. See what's going on there. Moon Sector 7, thoughts on NOS. We like it so much, it's in one of our reports. But because I love you guys, I will take a look at it. So here's NOS, right? Again, everyone out and distance to resistance. 50% to LuxAlgo equilibrium in NOS. Forget about it. Just forget about it. People think this is over because something's up 4%. Super, another Coinbase alt, okay, Probably slightly overbought with resistance around 110. So there are some alts that have been outperforming that, you know, there's resistance here. If it breaks out, it smokes higher. But again, with super, one reason to hang on, money flow just now starting to go positive. This is true across the board. Bob, knowing Cosmos is waking up. You know who likes Cosmos? Galaxy Digital likes Cosmos, or they like building in the Cosmos ecosystem. I mean, you know, again, money flow just going green. And look at what they did to this coin. Look at what they did to this coin. Look at this trajectory on the way down. Look at this money flow. I mean, this thing, I mean, it literally went straight down, right? That's a 35-degree down angle on most of the decline in this coin. Like most of the angle on the way down, this was like a 50% down angle. It's like a vertical drop. LuxAlgo came in buying it with the bull signal on the 21st of September. Equilibrium in Cosmos is at 660. I mean, this is like the new game, right? LuxAlgo, the link is down below, right? Middle tier is interesting. I mean, I haven't even looked at the crypto equities. I know T-Bone watches the show. Okay, MicroStrategy. Wow, MicroStrategy up 10% today. Okay, there's a bullish accumulation cone, right? And a square range, and LuxAlgo is inserting support underneath it, and money flow is just going to start going green soon. Coinbase, which everybody gave up on, Coinbase got down into the discount zone and stayed there. Coinbase is currently at 182. Equilibrium is 215. Okay. Galaxy Digital. Oh my God. I think people have figured out Galaxy Digital, right? The crypto hedge fund by Mike Novogratz. Yeah. He's pretty much long everything, I think, right? There's your accumulation cone. If you go to a weekly chart on this, I can relabel this. You know, maybe it's an expanding triangle. What is going to stop crypto equities? Nothing. All this FUD about Bitcoin miners. Okay, HUD 8 is only up 3% today. Think they got some distance to resistance going on up here in HUD 8. Just unstoppable. Just unstoppable, right? I mean, what is gonna knock this down? Okay, BT. Okay, I think these guys are sitting on a ton of Ethereum as well as their Bitcoin mining business, and on a weekly chart, LuxAlgo is just coming in bullish now, right? It's just happening now. That signal disappeared on me, but money flow is still green. So, you know, people are buying this stuff. And then, of course, there's the Bitcoin ETF, right? With LuxAlgo supporting in multiple ways. A buy signal off the gap, Bitcoin ETF, money flow just now going green into quarter end. I mean, what do you want to buy? Do you want to do this? Or do you want to do this? Yeah, okay. This is fine. I mean, yeah, okay, this could make new highs. This is NASDAQ. Okay, this is great, right? Fantastic. Let's just, you know, just do a little chart work. Okay. By the way, we do this type of stuff in Patreon all the time. All the time. Right? Bitcoin ETF, way off of its high. Okay, NASDAQ nearing its high. Bitcoin, this is the futures contract. All the way down here. You know, NASDAQ headed for the all-time high. Bitcoin, I don't know. What's Bitcoin? 5-8% away? Like, how fast do you think Bitcoin could be at 74K? I would imagine they would think they would be there in a hurry. Doc closer. Do you think we get a shortened left translated cycle due to yield curve inversion and recession like 2008, or normal cycle 500-day plus bull cycle? Good question. Okay, so let's break this down. Get this up here. If anybody's having a 2008, it's that large country in Asia. They're the ones with the 2008 problem. Over here, you do have serious bank issues. I think the serious bank issue over here that no one knows about could be if somebody wants physical gold and can't get it. The big banks are the clearing banks in the middle. That said, I don't think it's a 2008 problem because the excess is not in the private sector. It's in the public sector. Okay. In other words, 2008 was a problem in equities. 2024 is a problem in DXY. So do I think you can just trend and trend and trend and trend next year? Yup. In other words, once Bitcoin gets to something like 125K, that's going to basically force the rest of the market to start rallying. And if you have, Bitcoin rising in the white and DXY down here goes through 100, what do you think the newspaper is going to look like? Gold at 3,000, DXY below 100. Where is that going to put Bitcoin? And what are all these dimwit crypto reporters going to be writing about? Bitcoin barely holds 63K, 63, 64, 65. Who cares? Who cares, right? Dutch farmer rock Caspa. Caspa, INJ. Wow, no one's talking about that. They were like two massive market leaders on the last cycle. Caspa has been in a range. Now, I don't know if this is like people mining Caspa and they're selling it, but this looks like a giant diamond to me. And when you've had diamonds per yesterday's stream, when you break out of these things, I mean, Caspa is 5% away from breaking out of the diamond. And if it breaks out of the diamond, the upside target is 25. So essentially, it's price discovery, right? And I'm sure Injective is the same thing. JKL was in one of our reports. It's currently trading at 21. LuxAlgo support underneath it, breaking an automatically drawn LuxAlgo trend line. How extremely convenient. This thing is 171% away from equilibrium. Oops. Sharing the chart is always a good idea. So there's JKL breaking the trend line and having enough room to go up 100%. Caspa, there's the diamond. There's the diamond. YouTube intern, Arrow. Let me just give it to you straight up. Arrow's going to make a new high. Now, Arrow's got a lot of resistance at $1.25, but money is only now just flowing in, and there's red on red, red on red, red on red. Everyone packed it in. Just packed it in. Just said, okay, yeah, I'm done. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Best regards from Eastern Europe. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Thank you for staying up late at night. Mike M., can we check Filecoin? Absolutely. There's a multi-coin capital cousin to Filecoin in the latest report. Oh, by the way, Filecoin is on Coinbase. There is a theme in this market about Coinbase alts, right? It's like, You don't have to be on a VPN to get altcoins anymore. They're on Coinbase. Filecoin, head and shoulders bottom. Okay. Breaking the neckline, conveniently drawn by LuxAlgo. Again, money flow just coming in after colossal give up. Upside target 5.5. Folks, you want to know why you need to get involved? Because, you know, it gets markedly more difficult when you either get to targets of head and shoulders bottoms or you get in the equilibrium zone around $5, just talking Filecoin in general. Right? Just talking Filecoin in general. And as if we need a reminder, right? Another Coinbase alt, SEAM. The point of this is this chart look so bad. I was like, oh my God, is this thing dead? Okay. It went up 60% yesterday. And now LuxAlgo put support underneath the market. But this thing was like literally, it was given up for dead. And then it went up 60% in one day. Now, independent of whatever is going on with this, let me ask a very simple question. Why can't that happen across alts? Why can't it happen in Bitcoin? You know, could you get a 30% move in Bitcoin? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Okay, let's take a moment to carefully review. Patreon gets 6th Street Crypto. They get the historical analysis before everybody, right? The historical analysis will eventually become exclusive to Patreon. YouTube members will get altcoin reports, TA updates, live portfolio shows along with AMA. And this stream, there'll be one part of it, and then there'll be a second part of it for members, right? In other words, altcoin overtime is going to explode in terms of the amount of stuff we're covering. That's going to be me and Toby Ward together on altcoin overtime and the portfolio show and the AMA. So we are expanding. We are not playing around. Now, altcoins, Coinbase, stuff up 5%. Don't be afraid, right? Everybody was afraid on the way down, and that taught you how to be afraid. So when it turned around and started to go up, everyone was like, oh, gee, I can't touch this. Oh, no, I'm going to get hosed. Oh, no, I have to wait for confirmation. Actually, no, you don't. I'm giving you confirmation. Can you have dips? Can you have flash events? Can people freak out about geopolitics? If you were freaking out about geopolitics, you missed a 40% gains in a lot of big altcoins, right? You missed a 40% gain. I don't want you to miss 40% gains. But if you did, who cares? Because, you know, like I said, if SUI's going to $5 and Bitcoin's going to 80 now, like Bitcoin's going to 80 now, where's the rest of this stuff going to be? DeFi, right? We have reports. I mean, endless reports. Like DeFi, like there's Steve J, there's Toby Ward, and I don't know, a couple other people who are talking about DeFi. Here's the DeFi guy screaming into the microphone. DeFi is for real. And there's a plain Jane coin. I'll give you a hint. The Equinox alts right over here. Yeah, Chainlink is in there. How about Chainlink? Much higher. What happens if Chainlink goes? I'll give you Steve J's coins, right? What about Maker? What about Synthetics? Right? What about Uniswap? Arrow, Velodrome, Degen, SocialFi. Looking at the words and things I cannot say on this show. Decentralized social media. All these things are they're not just going to happen. They are happening right now. Go back to where we were last year. If you were able to make good decisions in September, when this thing went up only, you were sitting pretty. Now, if you had a lot of money, you could DCA. You could have DCA'd like a lot of guys in Patreon, because the guys in Patreon help each other. Like they were encouraging each other to DCA as a part of that community, because you get community inside Patreon, right? You get community in there. They encouraged each other to DCA. So if you can't DCA and now you're coming in and you're like, okay, what do I do? Then you got to grab what you can on any dip, knowing that the normies are coming, right? The crypto people haven't gotten in yet. Never mind the normies. Pizza Boy is here. Welcome. Jordan, a new member using those notorious emojis, right? Right. Bob Marr says you can get even more in your Coinbase wallet by swapping. This is true. Okay. Now let's see. Somebody else has a question here. Let me see if I can get this question up on the stream. Okay. World Mobile Token. Okay. There we go. You can get more on your Coinbase alts. YouTube intern, how do you feel about money being spread everywhere in this bull run? There are thousands of new coins. How do you see rotation happening in this cycle? Wow. Excellent question. DeFi, artificial intelligence will go first. Will go first. Artificial intelligence also includes anything tech, cloud storage, and oracles and data, etc. So the future of finance and AI will be first. Eventually, there will be, I think, a Magnificent Seven, which could be Aave, Ohm, Fetch as like the first three, right? Rune in cross-chain trading, something in cross-chain, SUI, and then either Solana or Ethereum. I mean, that would be a guess on what the Magnificent Seven could look like. And undoubtedly, there's going to be one of the big memes, either Pepe or WIF, right? In other words, there are thousands of tokens. You can go on Coinbase and get 20 or 30 tokens. I don't know how much farther you got to go. Now, there will be new stuff that comes out. I think the rotation into the small and the micro caps will be a 2025 phenomenon. Okay. But Ryan Lee says, let's go. Right. And Mike M says, thanks again, Bill. Okay. Final reminder, folks, do it. Hit the button. It's at the bottom of the chat, the $sign. The membership videos are there. We can now publish member videos on a regular basis. Pay one price, get involved, get yourself an emoji, like and subscribe to the channel, right? I am here to help you beyond just news, beyond just TA. Crypto is freedom, and I'm using this platform to make me and you as free as possible. Folks, we will see you next week.